Good afternoon on what is a mild grey and cloudy day. It is Wednesday the 20th of August and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I've got here is Free Agents Volume 1, which I picked up at my local comic book shop because it looked interesting. It was written by Kurt Busiek, who's an author that I like. So they thought they were done fighting. In the wake of a cosmic war, 7 young soldiers are stranded on Earth, free agents for the first time in their lives due to their hard-fought victory. Now they finally get to live in peace and find out what it means to be humans and not soldiers. Or do they? When another survivor of the war appears, threatening their chances at better lives, their greatest battle begins. They fought for a million planets. Can they fight to save their own souls? And will Earth survive the outcome? A global super adventure begins here. So yeah, I mean, Kurt Busiek is best known perhaps for Astro City, a comic book series that I absolutely really love because I'm a big fan of sort of like small universes that you kind of build from the ground up. As much as I love reading DC and Marvel when I get the chance, not often as I like these days. And this is published by Image. So yeah, and I also love the fact that, you know, Image is really good at pushing independent stories, whether that's in the superhero genre or other genres. So here we've actually got essentially a nice spread with all the characters named there. I mean, you can see them on the back, but here you get who they are. And you've got the credits page and another nice spread. Presumably this came from a nice wraparound cover. And okay, so here you've actually got sort of a nice ident on this character. I believe they're going to do that, introduce them all, and quotes included there. So actually a variety of voices. So you've got Bob Marley and Robert Heinlein. I like the fact that there's a real balance there, in fact. Hopefully that will continue throughout. Because actually Robert Heinlein is an author actually I really like reading. One of my favourite books, science fiction novels, is Citizen of the Galaxy, which is one of his juveniles. It's one of the series of juveniles he wrote before Starship Troopers, which was actually pitched as a juvenile, but wasn't. So yeah. So we've got interesting artwork here. Looks to be an interesting story. You know, of the characters come to terms with being superpowered after, you know, in a period of peace, you know, and they have what are potentially dangerous but amazing abilities, which they know how to wield. They are highly practiced. And in some ways, I'm kind of reminded a little bit of an old Marvel comic. I say old Marvel comic, 1990s, late 80s, 90s, called Strike Force Moritari, in which people undergo a pressurized process to be turned into superheroes to fight an alien invasion, but the process will kill them within a couple of years or so, just basically wear their bodies out and they'll burn up. A little bit, it's not quite the same, but that's a fantastic setting in itself and good storytelling. and ripe actually for role playing. If you wanted to run a supers game, I'd go, yeah, run this Alien Invasion Supers. You're going to burn out, you know, essentially better. In some ways, it comes down to with that, it's sort of like better to better to burn out than fade away, you know. And as Tyrell says, you have burned so very, very brightly, Roy. So yeah, this looks an interesting series. I look forward to actually giving this a read. Probably going to go onto the pile of books to read. I shouldn't buy more, I have to be honest. But I do, and I keep adding to them. So there is a ever-growing pile of books to read and review. And something like this is really easy to kind of set up and run, I suppose. You know, you can easily do it with something like quite low level power game like Savage Worlds, or you can go straight to a superheroes game like say Godlike or Wild Talents or Mutants and Masterminds, of which there's a new edition coming out. I never really got into 3rd edition very much, partly because Green Ronin products are not actually that easy to find in the UK because of distribution problems, and it's time. As much as I like the guys at Green Ronin and I like what they do, but yeah, Mutants and Masterminds is a good choice. I like the basic book they did, but it's a really nice way of doing some very kind of standard style characters. So yeah, quite a nice range of quotes in here. But, getting across, you know, the fundamentals of the ideas behind the series. And you know, if you wanted to read a story of, you know, military sci-fi superheroes, this probably was essentially post-military superhero sci-fi action. This would probably be a decent choice. And that's even quite a modern quote as well, so it is actually kind of coming up to quite up to date. So it even has kind of a contemporary feel to it, even though it's a set in the future. So the series comes to an end. It's basically the first 6 issues come to an end here, and then we've got extras in here, including a variant cover. That's really nice, and that's a really one that kind of echoes sort of like a 60s feel cover. That one I really like. And the covers give a nice chance to spotlight some of the characters. And then you've got I really do I like this inclusion as well. It's really useful. So it's sort of like, you know, Free Agents, and I really read this. It says a superhero series Bible by the Eisner Award holder Kurt Busiek and the world famous Fabian Nicieza, and actual hard work of designing characters by Stephen Mooney. I mean, that's nicely knowing. So you've actually got sort of like some background about the setting and what makes it different from any other, details about the characters, such that if you wanted to, you had these, and as I say, the role-playing game of your choice, whether that is Mutants and Masterminds, GURP Supers, or the champions system for the hero, champions for the hero system. You've got good reason, or basically, I say good reason, the means to develop these characters and make them your own in your own setting. So we've got a brief 6-issue overview as well, as well as the sort of like the provided content in the comic itself, and the promise that the Free Agents will return. So I'm looking forward already to future books. And if you haven't picked this up, you absolutely should, because it's very good. And so just general adverts for other titles from Image. And there we go, a bit about the creators. So that's Free Agents. Looking forward to giving that a read through in due course. If you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing typically a role-playing book, supplement or scenario, but in this case a graphic novel collection of an ongoing series, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, or of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.